Yu-Gi-Oh! An incredibly complex card game with tens of thousands of cards. However, what if each set was separated from the rest of the massive card pool and your choices when building a deck were extremely limited? In this series, in order to learn Yu-Gi-Oh! From the ground up, I will be embarking on an adventure through the history of the card game with Jeexx. In each episode, we will have access to all the cards in a select product, and using only the cards in that product, both of us will build a deck before playing a best of 3 match to determine the winner of the episode. We will move in a chronological order in the series, and with each new episode we will forget the cards of the past in order to experience something brand new. We hope you enjoyed this adventure through Yu-Gi-Oh! And its evolution with us. Welcome to the historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey. What is up, ladies and fellas, and welcome back to the historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey, this time with Crossed Souls. And I most definitely didn't almost forget to do the set breakdown and realize that I hadn't done my deck breakdown either. Whoops. Anyways, let's take a look at the set and see what we are working with. And budget performance policy, Lizard Draw, probably the highlight. We continue getting more super heavy samurai still here as well. Egypts and Fluffles are there for the Fright Fur archetype. Same thing. Raid Raptor, also another one of those, just like Super Heavy Samurai, that has just been like scattered, like sprinkled throughout a bunch of sets that we've been playing now. We also get a set of Pendulum monsters for Tellarknights, as well as Shadows and Yang Zin, as well as Necros and Ritual Beast. So basically a pair of Scale 1 plus Scale 7 for all of those archetypes, introduced early on in Arc 5, which is really neat. Infernoid's a pretty cool archetype here as well that we will definitely talk about a little later. And then I think a big turning point for us in Ghost, Ogre, and Snow Rabbit. And this is a card that I now actually want to talk about. So we've had a few hand traps here and there, like we've seen DD Crow, Effect Veiler, I think Droll and Lockbird as well, like Schoolmeister, stuff like that we've seen. But now Ghost, Ogre, and Snow Rabbit is kind of a turning point where we have just a way as a quick effect to discard in reaction to something happening. We get obviously the Zombie Bunch a little later, and we've been discussing it, and we think that probably around Ash Blossom release is when we will have some sort of rule that will actually let us just consistently have access to hand traps, because it's such an integral part of Yu-Gi-Oh! And at that point also it starts getting to the point where it's like, okay, if you don't have any interaction, your opponent might just blow you out turn 1. So, but that's still a few years from now on when it comes to the progression of the sets. But just wanted to highlight Ghost, Ogre, and Snow Rabbit as something where you can use it as a hand trap to pop something on the field when it activates its effect. It has to specifically be a spell trap or a monster that is already on the field. And important, this does not negate, it just pops it. But definitely a turning point, and something that I would be very surprised if both of us are not running. Necros of Sophia, cool, very gimmicky if you want to go for it. Clearwind Synchro Dragon, a generic level 7 Synchro that is really good in the cases where it's good. Everything it does basically revolves around countering like high level monsters. So if you don't encounter those, then obviously it's dead and doesn't do anything. But against those, it's a really good monster boasting and Omni negates on multiple occasions. Both against a targeting and then just an effect activation, basically Omni negate. Blaze Falcon, Revolutionary Falcon, really good. Raid Raptor, extra monsters here as well. Ptolemos, obviously a really important card for Tellarknights. Pudding Chess, I actually don't know how good it is. Choco Alarm mode. Jeexx will probably have to be the expert you go for Madolche stuff. I unfortunately don't know like anything. And then we just have a bunch of like spell traps for the archetypes that we have here. Unexpected Die also here. If you're playing normal ones, obviously very good. And Galaxy Cyclone, a pretty good way of getting rid of, pretty good way to get rid of pack row. That's the wording that I was looking for. Draw Avarice here. If you want to play Pot of Avarice through that, you can. Monster Reborn, obviously giving us access to Monster Reborn, and something else with the monster part that we'll discuss shortly. Burning Abyss continues getting stuff with Dante and Determinus of the Burning, Dante Fusion and Determinus of the Burning Abyss. Same thing with UA. UA keeps getting stuff here. Moon Mirror Shield is there as a pretty interesting card if you just want to always be able to beat over your opponent's stuff. Melody of Awakening Dragon probably is not something that we'll worry about here. Harpies also get Harpist here. Utopia Prime there for Utopia, and even Galaxias get some love in Full Armor Photon Dragon, which doesn't really do much yet, but after we get Cypher Dragon, it's really good, because you can go for Cypher Dragon, and then you can use that to go into Full Armor Photon, get a pop, and then even later on when you get Cypher Blade, you can go for that to go for another pop. It's actually really good, and at least I definitely still play it in my modern Galaxy Eyes builds. But with all that being said though, hopefully you enjoyed the set breakdowns, and I will see y'all in the almost a dueling zone. Let's go to the deck building sections first, so I will see you there.
Okay, so we're playing some Crossed Souls. Crossed Souls is not it's the beginning of the synchro dimension era, I guess. I don't know what you would call this. Synchro dimension, yeah, synchro dimension for ArcV. It has fucking support for Black. This one doesn't have support for Blackwing, I think. This one has support for fusion plays in general, and introduces kind of cool card in Clearwing Dragon. Clearwing Dragon being the cover card of this set. And there is going to be some other cards that may have slightly better than Clearwing Dragon and will be related to Clearwing Dragon, but we will see. Also, I should mention I am using a controller for a mouse, and that is why my mouse movements will look weird during this. I apologize beforehand. Yeah, so let's get started. We have a Barbar as filler. He doesn't really do anything in this. He specifically gives me access to Burning Abyss. Cyberjar, and we get access, as you probably figured out, we get access to jars in this set, and that's why I'm playing all the degenerate jars, and we get access to them through Jar of Avarice. So we have 3 copies of Cyberjar, because that's the best one to play, really. 3 copies of Deep Sea Diva for rank 5 plays, not rank 5, level 5 plays for Synchro, and also for possible level 8 and level 7 plays. And then we have Fiber Jar. Oops. Fiber Jar being the most degenerate jar card, and I don't think this card will be very cool to play, especially considering the fact that this thing is very hard to out in a way, because if your opponent swings into it, well, you just kind of reset the whole game state, and your opponent doesn't really get to do anything. Then we have the actual winner, the big deal of Crossed Souls, I'd say, which is Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit is one of the hand trap cards. We currently have two, I think. We have Droll and Lockbird, which is a part of the same naming convention as Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. And we have Effect Veiler. Technically, we have more combat tricks, but those two are specifically direct disruption during your opponent's plays. Ghost Ogre Snow Rabbit has the very good effect of when a monster on the field activates its effect, or when a spell or trap card that is already face up on the field activates its effect. Quick effect. You can send this card from your hand to the hand or field to the graveyard and destroy that card on the field. You can only use this effect of Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit once per turn. So it pops a card on the field that is activating its effect. That can be pretty fucking good. But unfortunately, there are also times when it just doesn't do what you want it to do. Your opponent summons a card and you want to negate it. This doesn't do that. Your opponent plays a continuous spell and activates the continuous spell's effect. You can negate that with this. Same with pendulum effects, and that's what I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be targeting, which is just targeting pendulum effects that are really powerful, and you can pop pendulum scales with this in response. We have Harpy Harpist, so that I have access to Duster. And there was something else I'm currently drawing a blank on, but it's mostly here for the fact that I get access to Duster with this. Morphing Jar 1 and Morphing Jar 2. Morphing Jar 2 shuffles stuff into the deck, and you summon out as many as you shuffled in. Then you have Dragoons of Draconia, which is a level 4 pendulum monster with 1,800 attack, and has the effect of once per turn, pendulum effect of once per turn, if a normal monster you control destroys an opponent's monster by battle, after damage calculation, you can add one level 4 or higher normal monster from your deck to your hand. So basically won't do much in this set, but it's here for filler because it's a Dragoons card, and we have access to it through Sea Dragoons of Draconia, which is a Sea Serpent level 3 Sea Serpent, which I can summon out using Deep Sea Diva. And it has the effect of pendulum effect of when a monster is destroyed by battle, you can spell summon one normal monster from your hand, and you can only use this effect of Sea Dragons of Draconia once per turn. And Dragoons of Draconia is not like technically hard once per turn, so there's a massive difference there. Moon Mirror Shield. If this is a fairly powerful, like, I guess, problem solver from here on out that we might have access to more in the future. It has the effect of, if the equipped monster battles your opponent's monster, during damage calculation, the equipped monster's attack becomes equal to the attack or defense, whichever is higher, of the opponent's battling monster. During damage calculation only. If this face-up card of the field is into the graveyard, you can pay 500 life points and place this either on the top or the bottom of your deck. So this card is gonna come up quite often, I'd imagine, in this set. Specifically, I'm gonna equip it on a Morphing Jar, or I'm gonna equip it on some other stuff, and I'm gonna swing with that card. Because it's now gonna be bigger than whatever Weebfox happens to have on board. MST, Avarice. Avarice is in here because of Jar of Avarice. It's also in here so that I can recycle my pots in case I don't get Fiber Jar. Unexpected Die for a quick level 3 or level 4 on board. And then Jar of Avarice for another card, another way to shuffle things in, and another way to access into jars. Lose 1 turn for stalling things out until I get my jars going, and then 2 copies of Book of Moon, 3 copies of Duster, Lightning Imprisoning and Shadow Imprisoning and Mirror Force. And then we also have Clearwing Synchro, Sea Dragon Lord, Gilindon, and Virgil. Oh yeah, I should probably explain what Clearwing does before I skip him over. It's a level 7 generic synchro with 2,500 attack and has the effect of once per turn. When another level 5 or higher monster activates its effects on the field, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. Once per turn, when a monster effect is activated that targets a level 5 or higher monster on the field, you can negate that effect. You can negate that activation, and if you do, destroy it. If this card's effect destroys a monster, this card gains attack equal to the destroyed monster's original attack until the end of this turn. And then we have Virgil, as I said, we have Dante, we have Levier. Levier can summon banished monsters from the banished zone. We have Shark, and we have Ragna Zero, Acid Golem, Utopia, and number S39, Utopia Prime. Requires 3 level 4 light monsters. You can also exosummon this card by using a number 39 Utopia as material. XYZ materials attached to that card become this card's XYZ materials. If your opponent's life points is at least 3,000 and higher than yours, you can detach 3 materials from this card and pay life points so that you only have 10 left. Destroy as many special summoned monsters your opponent controls as possible, and if you do, banish them. Then inflict 300 damage to your opponent for each monster banished. This card is kind of silly. It has 2,510 attack. So Utopia won't be swinging over Utopia Prime, that is. But yeah, I think this is overall a really toxic deck, and I'm really interested to see how this will pan out, because I'm not sure what Weebfox is playing at all. So we'll see. Anyhow, good luck with the games.
And guys and gals, welcome back. And here is a deck that we're going to be playing today. So like I said, I kind of forgot to do this, which actually works out for me here. Because you'll see why. I end up playing 2 different decks in this episode. It actually works out because I was going back and forth between these a lot. But that also means that I need to cover 2. So I'm not going to go super into detail and explain the whys of cards. Most of this stuff is very self-explanatory, but we'll just go through the stuff. And I don't think we've seen Infernoid at all before, so I will explain even the legacy support stuff. But basically, Infernoids are cards that cannot be normal summoned or set, and instead they must be special summoned. The big ones can be spell summoned from your hand and your graveyard, but the little ones need to be spell summoned specifically from your hand. And all of these you have to banish 1, 2, or 3, depending on how big the dude is. Have I been talking about Infernoid the whole time? Infernoids from your hand or grave, and that's how you summon them. And specifically, it's always the same summoning condition where you need to banish 1, 2, or 3 Infernoids from your hand or grave, while the total levels and ranks of all of the monsters you control are 8 or lower. All of them have the same condition where you can't like super swarm with them because you have the level limitation. But all that in mind, let's start with the first Infernoid in Deviati. Spell summoned by banishing 3, and when it's special summoned, you can basically heavy storm the whole board except for void cards, and then also when another monster's effect is activated, you can as a quick effect tribute a monster, negate the activation, and if you do, banish it. And this is also a once per turn tribute quick effect that all Infernoids share. So I will be referring to the summoning just by summoned by banishing, and then I'll just say the amount, you know the condition then, and then I'll talk about the quick effect tribute effect to make it easier. But Deviati is pretty big. It can nuke the field from spell traps. The tribute effect just works as a banish and negate on a monster, which is really damn good. Then we have Infernoid Permace. Super tiny one, summoned by banishing 1, and then once per turn you can target a set card on the field and shuffle it into the deck, and it can't be activated in response to this. And then as the tribute effect, you can target a card in your opponent's graveyard and banish it. It's just a tiny thing that can deal with a different set cards. Pretty neat. We go Sogar Snow Rabbit. I already talked about that pretty much in detail in the set breakdown. It's the first of many to come, like pretty good hand traps for us, where this pops stuff on the field. Unfortunately, it doesn't negate them, but it's still a way to get rid of like big stuff, so really good. And you can use it both on the field and in your hand, which is also good. Then we have Void Vanishment, a continuous spell, where you can discard 1 to add a Void spell trap from your deck to your hand, except another copy of Vanishment or Null and Void. And then after that, you cannot normal spell summon for the rest of the turn, except for Infernoids. And then the continuous effect on the field is if an Inferno monster you control battles an opponent's monster, you can, after damage calculation, banish both of those by sending Vanishment to the grave. Much less relevant, but obviously, like, we're probably more equipped to dealing with our stuff getting banished than our opponent. But what we care about this here is it's a way to discard. Obviously, a lot of our stuff, it doesn't matter if it's in the hand or the grave. So we get to discard, and then we can add one of our other void spell traps to our hand, which we have 2 more that we'll talk about later. Galaxy Cyclone, also talked about in the set breakdown, just really good generic spell trap removal. You can pop a set spell trap on the field, and then during your main phase, except turn this was sent to graveyard, you can banish it there and then target a face-up spell trap to pop it. So basically not a quick play like MST, but it gets you 2 pops in the scenarios where it does, which is really good. Void Purification, a continuous trap. If you control a monster that is not an Infinite monster, this gets sent to the grave. And this also applies to face down monsters, as I very foolishly learn in the episode. And then each of these effects you can use once per turn, and each of your opponent's standby phases you can target infinite monster in your grave to add it back to your hand, and doing each of yours you can target one of your banished ones to return it to the grave. The second part is more important because we're obviously banishing for all of our summons and usually using the stuff in our grave, but obviously the tiny Infernoids need to be in our hand if we want to summon them, so the first part can also be useful as well. But Purification, just a way to keep our resources going. Then finally we have Monster Reborn, which it doesn't matter, it's here to give us Monster Reborn, and you know what Monster Reborn does. Then we have Antrop. Once again, banish 1 to spell summon it, and then once per turn you can target a face-up card your opponent controls and bounce back to their hand. And then the tribute effect, you can target a card in your opponent's graveyard and banish it. Same thing as Perme. Then we have Infernoid Harmadic. Once again, summoned by banishing 1. Once per turn you can target a monster on the field to pop it, and then has the same effect where you can tribute 1 to banish a card in your opponent's grave. Then we have Petrolea, banish 1 to summon it, and once per turn it can pop a spell trap on the field and has the same tribute effect as all the other 1 summons, or 1 banish summons, where you can tribute a monster to target a card in your opponent's grave and banish it. Then we have Onunku, which banishes 3 to summon, and when it's special summoned, you destroy all other monsters on the field. So whereas Deviati pops Heavy Storms the field. Onunku basically dark holds it. And then once again, the Quick Effect Tribute is a Omni Negate on a, not an Omni Negate. I was gonna say Omni Negate on a Spell Trap effect. It's a negate on those. Omni Negate means it covers everything. So it's basically the opposite to Deviati. Deviati blows up back row and then stop saying Omni Negates. Then negates and banishes monster effects, and Onunku pops monsters on the field and then negates and banishes spell trap effects. Then we have Atandal, summoned by banishing 2, and then when it destroys an opponent monster by battle and sent to grave, you can make a second attack in a row. And then the attribute effect here is same as the one banishes, where you can tribute a monster to banish a card from your opponent's grave. This is probably the worst of our big bosses, but banishing 2 instead of 3 for a 2800 beast that can still be very valuable. What's down here? I'll be honest, I don't know why down is here. I'll probably figure it out. Then we have Infernoid Satsamas. I don't know if it's actually, but this is basically the 7th. It means 7th in Finnish, so there's your Finnish lesson. Summoned by banishing 2. And at the end of the battle phase, if this card attacks an opponent's monster, you can banish a card on the field, and then once again has the same effect as everything else except for the 3 banishes. It can banish a card in your opponent's graveyard. So this is probably the best, I would say. Being a 2 banish instead of a 3, and also being able to banish like pinpoint stuff on the field is pretty damn good. Then we have Monster Reborn, you know what that does. And then we have 3 Monster Gate. You tribute a monster, and then you excavate cards from the top of your deck until you excavate a monster that can be just normaled or normaled and spell summon it and send everything else to the grave. And if you paid attention at the start, none of the Infernoids can be normal summoned or set. The only normal summon or set target we have is the 3 copies of Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. And that is also why we have a couple of synchros here, because the not most common ones, but Ghost Ogre is a tuner, so with Petrolea it can make clearing, and with Satesmas it can make Leo. So that's why we have those. But Monster Gate is mostly here just to fill our grave with Infernoids, because as we've established, the 2 and 3 banishes can summon themselves out from the grave as well, and the 1 banishes can't, but they can be used still in the grave as the banishes for our big bosses. So Monster Gate is just a way for us to really quickly fill our grave. If you're familiar with Hermit Druid from Magic, that's kind of the idea here. And finally, we have a single quick play in Void Seer, where you target an Inferno monster you control and make it unaffected by your opponent's card effects for the turn. And then if an Inferno monster you control would be destroyed by card effect when this is in your grave, you can instead banish this from your grave. Got 2 more in the side as well as a second copy of Onunku. And for the rest of our side deck, we just have a bunch of different void spell traps if we want to go that route. So first we have a field spell in Void Expansion, where during your standby phase you can spell summon an Infernoid token, and then to spell summon an Infernoid monster using a procedure, you can instead banish monsters you control instead of just banishing stuff from your hand or grave, and then your opponent can target Infernoid monster you control for attacks or with card effects, except the Infernoid monster you control with the highest level. Usually we're gonna have like 1 big boss anyway, but this is basically a way for us to summon stuff out a little easier. It's still not great, because it's like basically it gets us 1 per turn, which is not great, and the protection, like I said, doesn't really matter. That's why it's in the side. I don't know if it's like impactful enough to be played, especially when we have a bunch of stuff here that's really good with legacy support that we want to be running anyways. So that's why it's here. Void Trap Hole. Obviously, like Void Banishment, we can actually add a Void Trap Hole to our hand, so it's just a Trap Hole card that we can add to our hand if need be. If we have a decently well-established board, this is obviously something that Jeexx will then have to worry about. Void Launch, a continuous trap, where during each of your standby phases you can send up to 2 Infernoid monsters from your deck to the grave, and if you control a monster that is not Infernoid, once again send it to the grave, just like with Purification. Basically just each of our standby phases we can Foolish Burial 2 Infernoids. It's good, but we have to wait for a turn, so it's not the greatest. It's a little slow, once again, just like with Void Expansion. It's good. Is it good enough? We will see. Eye of the Void, finally, spell summon an infinite monster from your hand, ignore its summoning condition, but its effects are negated until the end of this turn. Usually when we are summoning the stuff, we do want their effects on the turn as well, so Eye of the Void is a good way to get stuff out if we need something big, for example, but it's still, like, once again, just like with all of our, like, Void spell traps that we are not playing in the main deck, it's slow. It's really slow. Then we have Leo here for the extra deck. It's basically just a big dumb beat stick. Clearing, I already talked about. Basically, it deals really well with high level monsters. It has like multiple omni negates, and also gets really big when you destroy something. As for the extra deck stuff, we just have a bunch of toolboxy stuff. We've seen basically all of this stuff here anyway. Fight for Leo is here from the set just so we get access to Leo, so we can summon this with Saitama's and Ghost Ogre. And the only new card here is otherwise is Utopia Prime, but you can summon it by using a regular Utopia. And then if you have at least 3,000 life points less than your opponent, you can detach all 3 materials that would be there, because Utopia and 2 more, to leave yourself with 10 life points, pop all of your opponent's special summoned monsters, and burn your opponent for 300 for each of them, and they get banished as well. And it's a 2510 attack monster. It's just a Hail Mary. It's one of the most anime cards in this anime card game, and it's pretty cool. And you remember how I said I would be fast, so that didn't happen. I apologize. It's been 14 minutes, but let me quickly also cover this. So, like I said, we played the set already. I know what happens, and I'm not going to spoil it to you, but stuff happens that makes me go to another deck as well. So we play Tellarknights, and we know what Tellarknights do, but let me just quickly explain the deck. Zephyr Turban and Zephyr Stone both have the effect here where you can only pendulum summon Tellarknight and Zephyr monsters. They are scale 1 and 7. And then for Zephyr Turban, when you normal, flip, or pendulum summon it, you can target a Tellarknight or Zephyr card in a monster zone or pendulum zone and one of your opponent's face-up cards and pop them. And it's the same thing for Zephyr Exton, but it just does it for set cards. But these are here for the scales. These are here to let us pendulum summon. Ghost Ogre as well as Galaxy Cyclone and MST. Moon Mirror Shield there to help us speed over anything that we would want. Monster Reborn gives us access to Monster Reborn. Powerful Rebirth is here to... I was literally like, wait, what was it here? But yeah, this was here just to meet the quota of 20 cards from the set. I forgot. It's whatever. It's kind of piss, because all of our stuff is force anyway. The side deck doesn't matter, because I was making this deck initially to play it, but then I got the Monster Gate idea for Infernoid, so I ended up going Infernoid instead. So that's why I don't have an extra deck. But for the Tellarknights here, we have Altera. On summon, you can target a Tellarknight monster in your grave except Altera to spell summon it in defense, and for the rest of the turn you can only attack with Tellarknights. Then you have Deneb, where if it's summoned, you can add a Tellarknight monster from your deck to your hand except another copy of itself. Then we have Vega. If it's summoned, you can spell summon a Tellarknight monster from your hand. Then we have Unicoli. If it's summoned, you can Foolish Burial a Tellarknight card from your deck except another copy of itself. 3 Monster Reborn, 3 Book of Moon, and 3 Stellar Nova Alpha, which is a Omni Negate. When you have a face-up Tellarknight monster, you send it to the grave and negate the activation, and also you destroy the card and draw 1. Really good counter trap. Like I said, I didn't think of the side deck. As for the extra deck, most of the stuff, like half the stuff you already know. Rongo Miniad, we obviously saw Jeexx play earlier. Depending on the amount of materials, it just gets increasingly more degenerate. And this deck can pretty easily make a 3 to 5 cost Rongo Bongo. Infernoid is also here, obviously, because we have Zekrex done, and then the Utopia stuff. But then stuff that we didn't talk about in the other one, Deltaros and where's the other guy? Deltaros and Constellar like Diamond are here as sort of like the idea was silver bullets. When Deltaros has an Xyz material, your opponent can't activate cards or effects when you normal or spell summon a monster. Basically here, like stopping our opponent from missing with our stuff, and then it can pop stuff on the field. It's basically there as a kind of a win more card. If we're already in a good position, we go for this, and then we can't get our stuff negated when we summon our Tellarknights. Constellar Diamond can be summoned with in main phase 2 by using a Tellarknight Xyz monster. It doesn't have to be these 3+ level 5 light monsters. And then neither play against send cards from the deck to the graveyard, and any card that returns from the graveyard to the hand is instead banished. This was basically here because when I was building this, I was like, okay, Infernoid and Tellarknight, I think, or set Tellarknight, are like the 2 big archetypes in the set. So this was literally here, obviously, as a counter to Infernoids. Then we have 2 Trigger, where doing the 2 Xyz summon, you can spell summon other monster except for Tellarknights, and if it's Xyz summoned, you return all the cards on the field to the hand. Basically here as just a way to nuke the board of anything that Jeexx has. Tellarknight Ptolemos, obviously the new one. You can use this to go into your rank 5s, which is the big thing here, and the other stuff doesn't really matter. But it can get materials to itself, and it has the condition where you need a 7 to skip your opponent's next turn, but that's not what we're going for here. It's a way for us to go 3 level 4s into this, and then we can detach all 3 to go into either Constellar Diamond in Infernoids, or more likely Constellar Pleiades, where as a quick effect we can just bounce a card on the field to the hand. These are both quick effects, so this just means that we can go to Pleiades on Jeexx's turn. And finally, Blaze Falcon is also a 5, and Ptolemos doesn't limit you to lights or anything. It's literally just as long as it's not a number monster, it's fair game. So we can also go for a Blaze Falcon on our turn. And then while it has Xyz material, it can attack directly. It inflicts battle damage to your opponent. You can pop a card your opponent has, and then you can do this one from this to destroy your opponent's special summoned monsters and burn them for 500 for each. So it's a way for us to basically have a better cowboy. We go into Ptolemos, we use Ptolemos to go into Blaze Falcon, and then we detach the Ptolemos from the Blaze Falcon to pop our opponent's board. It's just a good card to basically nuke our opponent's board. Just like a Rongo. If we're like shy of Rongo, we get like 3 cards on the board. We still have basically a nuke with Ptolemos Blaze Falcon line, but obviously if we get this with all 5, we can just pop it like that. But yeah, sorry for a 20-minute deck breakdown. Obviously it's 2 decks in one, so I feel like it was justified, and you're gonna find out why I had to talk about 2 decks. Hopefully you enjoyed the deck breakdowns regardless, and hopefully enjoy the duels as well, and I will see y'all in the dueling zone next. I don't know why I lowered my inflation so much for that, but did I sound so unenthusiastic? I swear the games are good. Please enjoy. I don't know where I go with this. God damn it. What is up, ladies and lads, and welcome back to the History Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey, this time with Crossed Souls. And we were having a very tiny chit-chat before we started, and both of us gave like a really, really brief explanation of our decks, and we ended up wondering if we are actually both playing the same deck, which honestly I don't think that has happened in ages. And I'll be honest, because I obviously know what my deck is, and if Jeexx has the same deck, I feel like this could be pretty funny if
Some,
nothing else.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think it's gonna be the same deck, but if it somehow turns out to be the same deck, holy shit, I'll be impressed.
It would be quite surprising. But yeah, basically how I explained it, and afterwards she said like maybe it is my initial idea for this episode was to be playing Tellarknights, but then that changed when I saw a single card, and now we're not actually playing Tellarknights this time around. So,
Oh no.
but we shall see. We shall see. Do you have anything with it to say before we get to it?
I've crossed some boundaries with this one.
All right. Well, I am happy to hear that. I did a single test hand, and that is everything that I did. But I would like to just, for my first turn, just set a couple of cards in. I think
That'll do it.
that'll do it. Yes, sir.
Okay. I would like to set 3, 4, and just randomly MSD this.
Yeah, I think that's fine. It is a void purification.
Okay, okay. That is, unfortunately, this will not be a mirror.
Damn. That sucks. That sucks. Well, I say fuck it, we ball, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's go. I would like to banish from my hand Infernoid Patrulea and Infernoid Saitsemas to special summon
Nice.
Infernoid Saitsemas. I'm convinced it's actually that. It's level 7. It can't be a coincidence, bro. I'm convinced.
Okay. Let me just double check that this is an inherent summoning condition and not an effect. That is correct. Yes, that is in fact correct. Yep.
That is okay.
I would like to activate after it has been summoned. This will
Yep.
not affect it, however. Lose 1 turn.
All right.
And control no special summoned monsters, and while a monster is face up on the field, negate its effects during the turn that it was special summoned. So Saitsemas, in fact, will have its effect negated this turn. I'm fairly certain, but it does not go to defense position.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Oh, okay. That is okay. Interesting.
It's not what I would call this, but I know what I'm playing.
Yeah,
I know what I'm playing.
I can see that. I guess at that point I don't really care about finding out what this thing is. Sure.
Okay.
And we will simply go main 2. Unless
Yep.
there's something you want to do in my battle phase.
No, nothing. There's nothing.
And then proceed to the end phase, and all yours, brother.
All right then. I go standby, main. So originally I had a deck concept that was given to me by somebody in chat after I struggled to find out a good stuff to deck that I could play, because there was nothing particularly good in this set outside obviously Burning Abyss. Burning Abyss would have been really good to play in this because I think Burning Abyss is really strong with Fiend Griefing available. You just summon all of your shit, you set up your board, you set up a Dante, then you set 2 Fiend Griefings or even 1 Fiend Griefing, and suddenly you have a Farfa on demand. That's crazy. That legitimately increases the power level of Burning Abyss in ways at this point that I can't really properly quantify, because obviously it would require a lot of testing here. But overall, I think Burning Abyss would have been the strongest deck to play in this set. Especially because we have access to Pot of Avarice and Jar of Avarice, which allow you to infinitely recur all of your Burning Abyss, which makes this a crazy set for BA. So I was going to build that with good stuff. And then I was going to build Sophia Goddess of Rebirth.
Oh, cool.
After Ruga was like, yeah, if you wanted to be cool, you could play Sophia. And then I was like, motherfucker, I don't think I can summon. Wait. We have Necros. We have Burning Abyss. We have Deep Sea Diva. Hold up. We have Instant Fusion. Hold up. This could work. And then I tried it. It was ass. It did not work. It did not. I got it out once. But then
You saw the one
I
card that we were
saw
talking about. Unfortunately, the one that I was talking about has not come up yet. But I'll
I saw
definitely point it out when I see it.
Jar of Avarice.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided I'ma go gambling. I flipped Fiverr Jar. Let's reset the game, buddy. I'm gonna Goddess Sophia Rebirth to you. I'm basically playing the same deck, except for the part I'm not banishing anything, and I'm gonna reset the game. Sound good? Except for the part where you lose your cards. This is like the worst matchup for you, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, this is really... I don't know if I want to redraw this. Honestly... Since you're going gambling, I'll gamble as well. We'll pop this in response.
Just to be clear, it shuffles graveyard, hand, and field.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. So
yeah. In that case, it doesn't. Actually, wait. I mean, I guess it's still like I should do that because obviously I then get to know one of your cards. But
yeah.
Sure.
But yeah, it was resolve effect. Return Fiber Jar as well. Yes.
Imagine if it also shuffled banished, then this wouldn't be at bad. But are you ready to resolve? Yes, I am ready.
I like.
But yeah,
I didn't even think about that. That hurts.
How do you keep sniping literally silver bullets against the decks that I'm playing? Like this is this like the fourth? This is the fourth week in a row.
Yeah,
is it third or fourth week? That's fucking insane.
So disgusting. Then I would like to set one, set two. Pass. That is sad.
Yeah, it is quite unfortunate. But that actually
we still gaming.
It works pretty funnily. I mean, honestly, since I can now do that, I might as well do it because you showed me what you are cooking up there, so I might as well do mine. But before we do anything else, since this is a gambling episode.
Yeah, I was gonna say before you do anything else, I want to activate lose one turn, and then you can MST it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's actually pretty funny because you saying like let's go gambling, it actually. Well, let's just say that my deck also fits that theme pretty well. Let me do. Actually, should I do this first?
Monster Gate. There's no reasoning in this, and that's why I didn't end up playing Infernoid.
I don't think if there's reasoning, like this would have gone crazy. But also, if reasoning was in this, the issue would be that I mean it doesn't still really matter. You still like get the stuff, but I guess it doesn't really matter.
Wait, they don't have Tierra yet, do they?
Sorry?
They don't have Tierra yet, right?
I literally don't remember any of the names except for Seitsemas because it's Finnish. Like there.
What's the fusion?
Oh yeah, the fusion isn't there, and the only thing that I was thinking of, well, let me do this first. I can talk about my reasoning afterwards. Let me start by banishing from my hand a Seitsemas. Do special out Petrolea.
Yeah.
Then I would like to use the effect of Petrolea, and once again, let's go gambling. Let's do this one.
Okay, that's my bottom average, baby.
And then You guessed it. The one card that I saw and I was like,
Nice.
I really want to play Infernoid now was Monster Gate. And the issue here is that they don't have I think their normal summon literally comes out in. Actually, no, it's not the next episode. It was a couple of. I think it's Clash of Rebellions. It's literally like the card that just gives you like, hey, when you normal or special summon this, you get the Foolish and Infernoid, which is fucking insane. But there is literally nothing else in that set. Because I was like thinking, okay, do I want to play Infernoid then? But there was nothing else in that set. There was no way to get Monster Gate, no way to get Reasoning, and also, it has the Red Eye stuff that I really want to play because it basically like it all comes out en masse, and you really don't see that until way later. So, plus it just works out that like I play some super jank stuff just before Hero Strike versus Synchron Extreme. So, but is Monster Gate okay?
Monster Gate is okay.
And then let's see what we can get.
Gumba, Gumba, Gumba.
And
it's
Ghost Ogre.
That is unfortunate. That is
not too many, actually. Not too many.
No, that's like 2 cards in the grave.
I mean, it was 4, but obviously the others don't really do much.
Yeah.
The issue here. I guess if it is, then it doesn't matter. I'm playing against Fiber Jar anyway, so it's kind of whatever. So, well, why not? Let me banish from my. Wait, this. Oh wait, this actually okay. If that's not Fiber Jar, I actually get to do another really fucking cool thing that I added like very last minute. It was actually the literally last change I made to the deck, and I think it's actually really fucking cool.
Okay.
But we shall see.
Would you like to know if it is Fiber Jar or not?
No, it's I'm doing what I'm doing anyway, so I don't think it matters. We're gonna banish Entra and Petulia.
Did you know that you are not allowed to lie about hidden information?
Oh, that's actually cool. I did not know that.
Yeah, it is apparently against the rules of sportsmanship, and also the same rule that implies that you're not allowed to disclose closed information. Because closed information is intended to be secret. Unfortunately, this is the gambling.
I mean, I expected it to be obviously a lot of other jars, but I was like morphine jars or something like that. But yeah. Well, unfortunately, maybe we get to see the cool thing anyway. But yeah, thing.
So
there. And unfortunately, Setzimas is at the end of the battle phase, so that doesn't even happen. Yeah. But yeah, this matchup is absolutely fucking dog shit.
Yeah, I'll banish top 5 and add all the card. Oh, that's almost an additional card. I summon Cyber Jars in defense and add the rest to my hand. There's Moon Mirror Shield, there's a lose 1 turn, and there's Unexpected Die. And I add those to my hand, and these come in face down defense position. Your move.
Yeah, let me just mark those up.
That's like, this is fucked up.
Yeah, I mean,
man,
it's at this point it's just pretty funny because Monster Born, Void Purification, Infernoid Permas, and Galaxy Cyclone.
Oh yeah, that's a solid card. That's
so let me throw everything to my hand.
Everything other than the wait. I think you get to add everything.
I mean, not that. Is it?
Yeah, you get to add everything. Yeah, because it's everything that isn't summoned.
Also, any remaining. Yeah, remain. I mean, not that it matters because all of these are anyway, so you can banish like the. It's neat to have the option because obviously then you can summon it still, because the smaller ones you can only summon from your hand, so that's pretty neat. I could still do the cool thing, but it doesn't make any sense, and you have your jars
2 of them.
anyway, so it's kind of whatever. I mean, that doesn't matter at all. Sure. Why not? Nope.
I also want to say that my extra deck is something that I cooked up thinking to myself, well, I'll just put this in here because it's like the cover card, right? It doesn't make sense not to put it in. And that's like, oh, you're playing monsters that are level 5 and over, huh? Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, at this point, it just at some point they're gonna start suspecting things when you just every time play Silver Bullet. But I think okay, I was gonna
That's
say
so
I think 4 in a row still is reasonable, but then when I was gonna say it, it's like that actually sounds fucking insane.
Yeah, it most definitely is insane.
Let's just doesn't matter. At this point, I don't think it matters. The issue is, I mean, it's whatever. We'll fire off this Vanishment. Then I'll pitch from my hand a Purification to add a Void Spell Trap from my deck to my hand. And I think I will pick a... Yeah, this makes the most sense. I'll take a Seer to hand.
Okay.
And then... sure. We will set a card and I will... pass.
Alrighty then, chat room.
In your standby, I would like to use Purification, and I would like to add a Hand My Dick to my hand.
Hand on my deck?
Yes,
huh?
That's the name of the card.
Oh, okay.
So I know you have a Lose One Turn, Die, and Moon Mirror. I do not know the other two.
Yeah, correct. Gambling?
Sure.
Yeah. Death. Banish top 5. And then summon them all.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, do I want to summon this thing in attack? No, I think I'll summon this thing and wait, why the fuck does it keep doing that? This thing. Then do this. And then
Barbara
this goes to defense.
Oh,
it does not, because it
I
goes
I was gonna say, but yeah.
Because they get all set to defense if they don't get summoned in attack.
Yeah.
And then
let me resolve it as well.
Oh yeah.
So let's go Deviati, Ghost Ogre, Galaxy Cyclone, Petrolea, and Galaxy Cyclone. So we get
everything except Ghost
Ogre, and the rest go to my hand.
Yep. And then
if I was playing Tellarknights against this deck, like holy shit,
this would have been so fucking sick.
I think at that point, I mean, I don't know. I was gonna say
this,
like,
do this.
Yay, Clear Wing.
Yeah. And just to make sure, Moon Mirror Shield on Clear Wing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Make sure it's just one negate on level 5 for hires, and then the targeting. Yep.
And considering that this is essentially the only target.
Correct.
Oh yeah. That's actually kind of important because you can't use its effect if it's space down.
Yeah. In my standby, we have Purification, so I will return to my grave. I guess we'll cycle back one Saitsamus.
Wait. Void Purification. How does this work? You control a monster that is not an Infernoid monster.
Yeah, but it is since it's set, it technically isn't anything. It's kind of the How would
But a
I?
Burning Abyss get popped if you have a face down.
It's the if you control mouse because I'm pretty sure it works, but I don't know if I checked the right thing. Let me see if I can find for this specifically.
Our Scarm. All the Burning Abyss do so by the own effects if I have a face down defense plus your monster on my side of the field. If you have a face down defense plus your monster on your side of the field and a monster such as Scarm or any of the Burning Abyss monsters face up, since a monster that is not Burning Abyss monster is on your side of the field, Scarm and everything else is destroyed by its own effect. And it's worded the same, is it not? Yeah, you can check from here. Yeah.
Oh, it does work. Okay, I guess I Google some other
that's
shit
fucked.
then. Well,
That's fucked up.
honestly, I'm genuinely considering just to save everyday's time to just throw it in the towel because I can never play in this matchup.
Yeah.
And instead just trying the Tellarknights for one. I mean, we have the rule. We'll see. I'll just do this to speed this process up because I literally
we
can't
can
play in this matchup. So
I can swap my deck immediately and we can just play Burning Abyss versus something else.
I mean, we've seen BA so much, so I think I'd rather at that point play the.
Okay, I'll play the Sophia deck. I'll play the Sophia deck.
I mean,
It'll be funny.
It's whatever you do, whatever. But I just feel like in this matchup, like it's gonna be 50 minutes of nothing. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, the other cool thing that I was talking about was that I had Leo, the keeper of the sacred tree, because you get these from Fight for Leo, and you can make Leo with Saitama's and Ghost Ogre, which is pretty cool.
That's something that Ruga pointed out to me. Like he just called me, have fun, like told me to have fun with my Leo, keeper of the sacred tree or something, and I was super confused what the fuck he meant by that. Just out of nowhere.
I think I'll just because I think Infernity is cool. I think I'll just play it in the anniversary. It just sucks that we've had this many of these.
Yeah. This was like legitimately unfortunate.
At this point, it just really unlucky timing.
Yeah.
To be fair.
But yeah, I'll if you're playing the Tellarknights, I'll play this.
Yeah, I mean, you can play whatever. I just swapped to Tellarknights because, like, that matchup is just going to be a whole lot of nothing happening. And I feel like it's not going to be fun for anyone. So, I don't have a side deck. I actually don't even know why. I mean, it's whatever. We already played one game. We can just play this, like, one and then call it there. I didn't even make a side deck for this, so.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. My deck doesn't even have, like, a real set deck either right now, so.
I didn't do test hints for this, but it's Tellarknight, so it should be good. All right, normal summon Vega. Effect of Vega, summon out a Deneb effect.
Oh yeah.
I will add to hand. Honestly,
bro got the pair.
Yes, sir. I think it's either this or one of. I guess I'd rather have this just to have it. I will go Altair to hand just to have the trio available. And then let us overlay these two for. Honestly, yeah, I think we'll just go for. Actually, do I just go for this? No, I'll just go for good old Utopia.
The classic.
Yeah, just to have have something.
Yeah, that is fair. That is very much fair. I would like to set one card, set another card, and pass.
Lovely.
You should throw up your hand and then swing into this thing.
Uh,
It
I
might be
assure,
very worthwhile for you to just
I
get your
assure
hand on
you,
board.
there is nothing in my hand that I would be throwing anywhere.
Oh no. Okay. Well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Discard hand and draw 5.
Let me go these.
Yep.
It's already, yeah, it's face up. And then let me draw 5. That's pretty cool, actually. Main 2, let's cyclone the back
Demon time.
row.
My back row.
Yes.
I would like to use Jar of Avarice in response and shuffle
Yep.
all cards in my graveyard to the deck.
Yes, sir.
Twice just to be safe. Draw 1.
Yep. And main 2. I guess. I mean, yeah, I haven't normal yet. This works out. We'll go altar.
Yep.
Altar. And you. Yeah, we'll go Unical High. And then Unical High will Foolish Burial something. And I think that something will be. Honestly? We'll send a. Zefraxiton.
Oh, this fucking thing.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Then I would like to. Yeah. I would like to scale.
Yep.
Zephyr Turbine and Zefraxiton. I would like to declare a Pendulum Summon.
Go for it.
And I would like to Pendulum Summon out this Zephyr Turbine from my hand.
Okay. Then,
no effect on the summon, but I would
Yeah,
like
you
to
can pop 'em.
overlay these 3.
Yep, that is okay.
And now we can make.
Ptolemaeus.
Yeah, I don't think there's literally any other.
Ayo.
I guess.
I think the fact that these
Yeah,
are not
doesn't matter.
Constellars as well is kind of ass. Because you could easily play some of the good Constellar rank 5s and 6s.
Yeah, but I mean, it still gives you them because obviously it's these Tellar because of the ruling changes that we made. So
Yeah.
I can disclose that I have some Constellar stuff in here. So
Okay.
just just so you know what to maybe expect. But I don't think there's a reason for me to go anything else than Ptolemaeus, who unfortunately is very susceptible to Ghost Ogre, but it's still pretty neat. And yeah, that'll be all she wrote.
Alrighty then. I go standby, main. I go. I would like to activate Unexpected Die to summon out from my deck a level 4 or lower normal monster.
Some would argue that it was in fact expected.
That's unfortunate.
but yeah, go for it, man.
Yep. I summon out Dragoons of Draconia, and I would like to equip a Moon Mirror Shield on my Dragoons of Draconia. And I would like to swing into.
I think. No, this is so fun. Yeah, nothing here.
I would like to swing into Ptolemaeus.
Yep, I would like to indeed Utopia this. I'm guessing you have an ogre.
Ghost Ogre Utopia.
Yep, and then we will use or chain
Tellarknight.
Tellarknight. Do you have a
Yes.
second one?
I do not.
Oh, it's
You
a
cannot
hard once
activate
per
it.
turn, actually. Thank God. Sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tellarknight resolves. We will detach all 3.
Yep.
We will go into. I guess this makes the most sense. We'll just go into a Pleiades.
Yep. And now you cannot activate this effect yet. Utopia pops.
Yep, Utopia
foremost.
goes to the grave.
And we're still on attack declaration.
Mm-hmm.
Think so. Yeah. So you can in fact activate this effect right now.
Can or can't.
You can. You can.
Yeah. And obviously I would like to attempt to do that.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
And we will bounce dragoons.
Oh, this goes to hand.
Would you like to put
hand?
more? Yeah, hand. Would you like to put more mirror shield to the top or bottom?
I think I might as well put it at the top. I think 500.
Yep.
And then I go main phase 2.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to set 3 cards. And yes.
Well. If it isn't Sussy Jack.
I think it's in your best interest to swing into this regardless of what it is.
I mean,
Like, honestly.
if
it's fiber jar.
If it's any of the morphing jars, it's whatever. If it's fiber jar, like, okay, sure.
That's also arguably whatever, because it just resets your resources. And if it's cyber jar, it's just effectively a plus.
Yeah, it's literally, I mean,
Yeah.
In my current state, there is also like no way for me to immediately deal with it anyway. So
yeah.
Cyber Fiber and Morphing Jar is pretty funny.
Fucking demonic.
Last one and moon. So I know your entire hand. It's 2 moon mirror shields and lose 1.
Correct.
And then this doesn't pop these. So it just play these, and then let me go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else to hand, and then we'll go.
Yep. And you get to summon this in attack.
Yes.
Because it doesn't have to be in face down. It can be in attack as well. Very important.
There we go. And I mean, I didn't see the order the jars are in, but it doesn't matter really.
Fiber should be on your left, cyber is middle, and morphing is.
Wait, is that information that I should know?
You saw it, so yes. And because they're not all the cards that were not all the monsters that were revealed were summonable. Like, there's a possibility that all the monsters are summonable and you don't know where the other cards will go, so I have to disclose what cards I'm summoning and where. But with Morphing Jar 2, because you know where the other cards will go, you can confirm that those cards will go to the graveyard. Morphing Jar 2 makes it so you don't have to know where they are. Well, it's a honestly, really weird rule.
Like, your hand is kind of ass, but getting through these things is also going to last a long time. So it's like, all right, do we play the fiber jar game here?
I mean, this is gonna take ages. Like, we're literally gonna be here until my
There's a reason why I said, like, you know what, maybe we just do one game. But yeah, I mean, I'll just swing into this one. Was fiber jar, right?
That is fiber jar.
Yeah, correct. I think I'll just do that. Just makes the most sense. I'm happy that our pod topic for this time was like something that is very free for interpretation, so we can literally talk about it for 10 minutes or not at all.
Yeah.
So we can just quickly look for common grounds and comment on some things. But also, I'm realizing how fucking slow this is. I think it would have been faster if I did it myself.
Yeah. For me, like I would argue that it's because you can't just mass send stuff usually. You can't mass return stuff. It's annoying.
The fact that I'm still, I still have a normal is funny.
Yeah. Bro summoned a Vega and then swung into shit. Fucking fiber jar.
Honestly,
Okay.
I fucking hate it here.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go gambling.
Do I want to
Oh,
go gambling?
damn.
I kind of do want to go gambling. Gambling is great.
Gambling is we do not condone gambling on the
The-
Yu-Gi-Oh! Historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning Journey.
The funny thing is, I obviously also have Bongo in my deck. The funny thing is that the one thing that Bongo doesn't stop
Doesn't prevent
is
setting,
yeah. So even that works, which is pretty funny. But yeah, I think we just go. Wait, this.
And the funny thing is, Fiber Jar goes around Bongo, for example, because it's each player shuffles things. So
Yeah,
it's a player-based action.
like Rongo being unaffected doesn't matter. Which is
Yeah,
pretty
it's
funny.
fucking hilarious.
But yeah, let's go normal Vega and Vega summon gets me Zephyra Thermon,
Yeah.
which then we will overlay these two for.
Is it time for my favorite? It's Utopia time, baby.
It is indeed Utopia time.
It's always Utopia
It's
time.
always Utopia time, man.
Man. I swear, if you don't have Prime in here, I'm gonna be really bummed.
Oh, what I don't have?
If you don't have Prime in there, I will be really, really bummed. So I would like to also partake in this. I would like to activate my left scale, the Goons of Draconia, and activate
The
my right
Goons?
scale, the Goons of the
Oh,
Goons
he
of
is-
Draconia
oh,
too.
this dude is actually gooning.
And now I will activate both the Goons to pendulum summon Dragoons of Draconia.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I would like to set one
Oh, it was
card,
just-
set one card, and pass. And I would like to actually summon this guy in defense for the fuck of it.
You are deranged.
You know what else doesn't get shuffled into the deck? Face up XYZ, face up cards from the extra deck.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Anyways, instead of gooning, I think I'll kill your back row here.
No, not my jar of avarice. The thing that gave us access to the jars.
Yes, sir.
Fucking demon. Bro's got a toothbrush mustache, by the way. It's got the
The
God
dude
of his law.
is like, alright, Jeexx, next time you need to kill time on your stream, every jar and pot card art tier list. That's what you're doing.
No, I don't think that's happening.
Honestly, I'll just punch the Draconia. I'm not ready
No!
to do gambling yet.
No, not my gambling.
And just in case you have some heinous shit called the morphing jar in there, I guess I'll throw a card face down into my back row and
Yeah.
pass it back to you.
Okay. It's fiber jar actually.
Also, you have a normal monster that you wanted to summon in your hand?
No.
Okay.
No, I did not.
But yeah, this is fine. Something tells me that we might be skipping the podcast topic today. It's pretty.
Wait. Whoa, this doesn't get shuffled.
Wait.
Because there are XYZ materials.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's sick, actually, yeah. I said two?
But if there's
said
one
three.
card in
Nice.
Yu-Gi-Oh that deserves to be banned, it's Fiber Jar. Not because it's like better than anything else, but just like you would never have a like the games would never end. I mean,
There would be no
normally
healthy
I would say
metagame.
that, but at this point, it's like we've been committed to the gambling bit for so long, so might as well keep at it.
You fool. I would like to activate lose one turn.
Okay.
And I would also like to activate lose one turn.
All right.
Yeah. That is all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I think. I mean, I might as well hit the gritty.
Oh shit. By the way, my deck does have a critical mass where it can win. Before you think I don't have any way of winning with this deck, I have a critical mass that it can win with.
That's fine. That's fine.
I specifically have Deep Sea Diva because pots are usually 3s, like Cyberjar and whatnot. So if I end up in a situation where I just like have a two Cyberjars set, I can just flip them and not use them, and I can summon out Sea Dragon Lord of Gilindidadone.
I like that.
It's
Honestly,
kind of a good card.
I was just gonna pass.
Hell yeah, brother. That's the way we like it, baby.
Actually, wait. It doesn't matter. I guess that would have worked, but yeah. Actually, yeah, that would have worked. Actually, no. Yeah, no, it wouldn't have. It's whatever.
Okay.
It's whatever, man.
I would like to normal summon Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to then flip summon my Morphing Jar. And I would like to discard my hand to draw 5. And you would like to do the same.
I should have done it last turn. I can't believe I miscounted, actually. Because I could have done... Wait, I do... Oh, actually, no. It still works, right? Yeah, it still works. I was just counting. I miscounted, but I did have wrong go, which obviously doesn't worry about lose one turn, which I could have gone in. I had the one time to go into a 5-minute bongo because Altair summon Vega out of my grave. Vega summon Zephyr from my hand. Normal Vega, and then the other. I have 2 more Monster Reborns. That's why, because the negation on Vega is what. Sorry, Altair or Vega is the issue here. But I was like, oh yeah, I had 2 cards in my grave and I had 2 Monster Reborns, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So I actually could have gone into Bongo Miniad.
Man, imagine if I had fucking Droll in this.
That'll make you a bad man. You'd have a 5? Damn.
I do, but I don't want to make it under lose one turn, bro. And besides, Ghost Ogre works off of the field too. It's legitimately a fairly good card. Like, you can technically E-Telly Ghost Ogre at the start of a turn, and your opponent has to be like, fuck.
It is psychic.
Yeah, it's a psychic. Level 3 psychic tuner with the ability to pop.
Okay, that would be funny as fuck, but I don't think it makes sense to do. Let me get a burger.
Burger?
Does he? I guess I could.
Juto, can you get us burger real quick? Thanks.
I guess it doesn't really matter. I might as well. We'll go for a Altair.
Okay.
Altair?
I would like to say fuck you to the Altair after this effect resolves.
Sure. That is fine.
Yeah.
Altair?
This does not negate the effect though, so it's fine.
Sure. We will get out... Actually, is that better? Sure, we'll just go for a Vega. Vega will get negated by lose one turn. Yeah, that's why I summoned in. It's an attack, so... I mean, it doesn't matter because it doesn't flip it into the other one. Then I guess I still could, but I don't know how much it makes sense. I think
I kind of wish that there was more to the normal monster pendulum package in this set, because then lose one turn could have worked really interestingly with them as a way to stall out effect decks while you actually use the pendulums for stuff.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, most of the stuff gets released way later, like way later.
I'm so annoyed I missed the wrong goal line. We could have actually had some progression happen in this game.
Bro, what do you mean? We're having progression right now.
We are not having any progression.
Okay, sure, man. Whatever you say, bro.
You can plead a lot of cases, but I don't think you can plead a case for a Fiber Shark deck to be progression in the game.
You're not really wrong about that. I did get some damage in though, okay? You can't fault me for that. I did try. I did do some damage.
I have also done damage with your Moon Mirror Shield.
Moon Shield? Yeah, I hit you.
I don't know if I would be writing home about that. So.
Man. All this hatred for my Fiber Shark.
Sure. I will scale a Zephyr Thurbon. Then I would like to normal summon Zephyr Thurbon. And then I would like to pop my own Zephyr Scale and lose one turn.
Lose one turn!
So we can actually play the video game sometimes.
Wait, you normal summon this, right? Yeah.
Then I mean, honestly, fuck it. Let's overlay these two.
Holy, what is it now?
Extra.
Oh no! How many cards do I have? I have 7.
I have 5.
You have 5. Yeah.
Summon is okay.
I can't really do anything about it, so yeah.
Yep. I would like to blow up the board.
I would like to respond to that using my Jar of Avarice. This is the thing that I was thinking, like, oh, would this help? But no, it doesn't help because it's still the shame issue that I'm having. Draw 1.
Yep.
And then, yep. Blow up everything else.
Cyber and die.
Yep.
And then we'll just go in phase because battle phase doesn't matter because you don't take damage.
Set 1. And set 1, pass.
Yep.
And then now we're both even. Yeah, that's fine.
Yep. Both have 5.
Hell.
Unless I have a way to discard. Honestly, would I not want to see is mostly what I'm thinking. I think one cyber, one morphing. Cyber is fine. Morphing is fine. Morphing 2 is fine. Honestly, I think all of them are fine. I'm just gonna set this and see what this is.
Yep, it's fiber.
Yep. And
resolve fiber. I'm gonna banish 3 copies of Fiber Jar soon.
That's perfectly fine. If we actually want to play the video game, then we can make the shake on that. Oh, this animation is gonna take 7 years.
This is gonna take a while.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, this doesn't take that long, but for you, this takes ages. Oh, but the important part is that it keeps track of what actually doesn't get sent. Oh. Yep.
And then I do want to do stuff. Sure. Let's go Vega.
Mhm.
Vega special Deneb.
Yeah.
Deneb add. I guess we'll go for yeah, we'll go for Altair.
Okay.
Then let's overlay these two. This is for fucking Tellarknight at this point to have insurance. No, we'll go Utopia. And back to you.
Tellarknight just sitting there like Lamau.
We can go like we're almost at an hour already, so
Yeah.
I say if 5 resolves one more time, then at that point we can just shake on it and play the rest of the game after.
I'll just banish every time I draw into a fiber jar, I'll just banish it and draw a new card.
No, that works actually. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Well, I would like to set. I kind of don't want to. Problematic card here. Very problematic. Yeah, just set this fella and pass. Hey, bada swing.
This hand is some booty butt cheeks.
I've never actually thought about it, but Tellarknight is kind of an interesting card in terms of how it's designed because it's a XYZ. So it essentially makes you go -1 every time. So you'll always usually be 1 card behind your opponent.
Yep. Have I ever? I think I've activated 3 or 4 cyclones this game, and all of them have been Jorhammers.
Yeah, or pot, either or. And one, actually, no, cyclones have never hit lose 1 turn. MSTs have.
Yeah, because obviously it wouldn't work on lose 1 turn. It's just every MST has hit that, and these have hit those. That's pretty funny.
No, actually, Galaxy Cyclone. I'm pretty sure you can target it, and then even if I flip it, you can destroy it. So.
Oh yeah,
that's why I've been trying to activate them before you can activate Galaxy Cyclone.
If it's still
yeah,
you're right. It would still pop. You are correct. If it's Cyberjar, I mean, Cyberjar summons basically my entire deck, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah. Morphjar 2 doesn't really matter. Fiberjar at that point, obviously, it doesn't matter. And the Morphing Jar 2.
Morphing Jar 2 is the worst for me.
Yeah. With this hand, actually, I'll be very much fine with it. I think I would rather swing first.
It is Morphing Jar.
This actually is pretty fine for me. Unikai, and Altair. So yeah, we're very much fine with. Okay, no fiber jars yet. Okay.
No fiber jars yet. No.
All right, then let's go.
This is kinda fucked up.
Honestly. Sure. We'll scale Zephyr. Normal Altair. Is this okay?
Yep.
Okay, no lose 1 turn. We'll go for the other Zephyr on this one. It gets then do I actually we'll go for the I know. I think I'm gonna overlay these 2 for actually. Do you know what? I'm gonna actually do this.
Oh no.
Set 2 and go for it.
Aha!
Damn.
Okay. Mildly lucky with this one. I'm gonna activate Dragoons of Draconia and Sea Dragoons of Draconia. And I would like to Pendulum Summon.
Yep.
1, 2, and 3. And then I would like to normal summon Deep Sea Diva.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna double check something. That's 2.5 thousand. Yeah, that should be fine. I can make a 7 from those. I can make a. There's another one I can make an 8, but I don't have 8s because there were no 8s that I could find.
Yeah, I
Unfortunately.
don't think there was access to basically any 8s.
Yeah, so it was kind of a bummer. I could also. Uh, I will summon out the only legal target, one of the only 2 legal targets on my deck, which will be Sea Dragoons of Draconia.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to overlay my Dragoons of Draconia into a Silent Honor arc. And
I would like to Stellar Nova this one.
And negate the activation.
Yes, sir. Because I'm
Oh,
guessing you would like to use it on my Utopia.
Yep, I would like to use it on your Utopia. And then you negate this.
Yeah,
That is okay.
I think I'll get rid of. It's kind of whatever. We'll just get rid of Zephyra.
Goes into extra. Not deck.
It was summoned from wherever. Actually, do
No, but it goes to the extra
I
from
always
regardless of where it's on.
forget the what's his face? When you do the grave, like, because everything else seems to be very automated here, but that's not. Yeah, and then I will draw one for Alf.
Then I would like to send Deep Sea Diva and Dragoons of Draconia to the grave to summon out a Sea Dragon Lord Blaneneo. Then I would like to attack using Sea Dragon Lord Blaneneo.
I will negate this.
I would like to activate Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit to destroy Utopia. And Sea Dragon Lord Gildeneo's attack increases to 3,000.
Yep. And then we'll still get the negation. So you don't get stuff from the...
Correct. And then I pass. Wait, what did you take damage?
Actually, I was, because like I was thinking simultaneous, because like I negated your thing, but it was like, okay, Ghost Ogre doesn't negate, so I was already thinking of the other thing. Oh, that's a rip. That is a rip. All right. How do we want to do this? I think
this feels. The fact that my synchro has really good synergy with any level 3 or lower cards getting into the graveyard versus a deck that has no level 3 or lower monsters is kind of like, ooh.
Yes, sir.
Oh no.
We'll go for.
This will not deter anyone.
We'll go for Altair on this one. Alter effects. We will go for the Neb.
It's time, fellas.
The Neb will add to hand a Tellarknight. And then I have used this one. I've used this one. Yeah, we'll go. Actually, a little bit awkward, but I think it doesn't matter because I'm gonna go for this. Yeah, we'll go the Neb.
Wait, what? Yeah, keep reading something.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter for this one, because we did once again rip the second reborn, so we go Vega for this one. Vega summons the Neb because all of my stuff was used anyway. Now, unfortunately, I cannot attack with Rongo if I go into that, but I don't know. Is there a... Better thing to go for. This thing's 2300. Wait, that's actually pretty funny. Actually,
Bro,
it would be very funny.
we got a new topic for our podcast section.
Oh,
Season 1 was revealed 15 minutes ago
for something.
for League of Legends.
Honestly, it makes sense for them since the hype is still going on.
I hate this.
Honestly,
make Ron go, bro.
I was like, we
just do it, bro.
I can't attack with it, but it's. I was once already like I was being sad when.
Wait, what do you mean you can't attack with it?
If you would like, it's in my grave, right? No, it's not in my grave, but read Altair. It prevents for the rest of the turn you attacking from stuff that isn't Tellarknights.
I was looking for this, but for some reason I was like, wait, what the fuck? But yeah, that makes sense.
Wait. Monsters you can. Never mind. Bongo is unaffected, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Never mind. It doesn't even matter. So let's make
Here
it
he
5
comes.
material bongo.
Would you like to pop all other cards? All cards I control.
I think I would like to do that.
That is acceptable. I will accept this.
Then let's go battle phase for 3000.
Okay.
What? I swear to fucking God. If it's a fiber, actually no. We agreed that if you draw a fiber, you banish it and do something else. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Also during it's during your end.
During my end phase, so I can't even interact with it.
This card.
So you know what the issue with this card actually is? Detach 1 is not a cost.
Yeah.
It's
so
never
if there's
like
a way for. I think we go.
Yeah.
We'll go.
If you can prevent it from activating its effects, which is possible because like that's an activated effect that has to resolve.
The nab.
Yep.
All right. What would it be?
What do you think?
It honestly doesn't matter. It's jar or lose one turn. Neither of those really matters to me.
Yeah.
So it's kind of whatever.
Go ahead.
I wish I could, but I will disclose that I am currently staring two cards that both have 0 attack in my fucking hand.
It's okay. You can just swing for 3k.
Which is funny. I mean, yeah. I mean, I will do this first, no matter what. Unfortunately, you regain your ability to summon monsters after this turn, but
there it is.
Oh, it would have been a fight.
That's game.
Okay, yeah. All right. Well, there we go. I also ripped a Moon Mirror Shot. That's funny. Yes. I'll just swing and then.
Yeah, we didn't get to see Moon Mirror Shield do anything in this really, but
yeah.
Overall, Moon Mirror Shield is a really good side deck option for a lot of decks to play really small creatures, like against a lot of beatdown decks.
Shout out to Rada's War of the Worthless for having because all of the arc decks were so bad in that tournament that like half of the people running them just were playing Moon Mirror Shield and won a lot of games with that shit, and that is literally how I learned of this card's existence.
Yeah, Moon Mirror Shield is a card that popped up quite a number of times back at locals because of the fact that it just allowed some people to out options that were unoutable. Like, they just went like, fuck, I can't summon a card under this. I can't do anything against this. And it's like, oh, well, if I just attach Moon Mirror Shield to my level leader and I swing into your Quasar, it's like, oh.
I forgot. I had one more thing in my extra that we didn't see. Can we just do downsliding just so I can show it to you, and
Okay.
then we can do our podcast segment?
Hell yeah.
So, you know how Ptolemus only restricts you to not summon number monsters?
Yep.
I wanted to find something that would be funny for this, so I put in Blaze Falcon.
Wait. Really? I swear I thought it always said, oh, it has to be a light.
Yeah, no,
That's
it's
interesting.
literally just hey, just summon something that is a
One
rank
rank
higher than
higher.
this.
Yeah. You can also
And
summon Frozen Lady Justice on top of any card. I think that is rank 5 or 6,
that's pretty
regardless
cool.
if it's a number. So you could have gone into Lady Justice from Timaleos. But the issue is because you lose so many materials, it's no
Yeah.
longer as effective.
Yeah, because Blaze Falcon is like one literally one material. You can just blow up your opponent's board while also
Yeah.
doing a lot of like damage that can potentially just win the game, which is pretty neat.
Mhm.
Which actually, funny enough, actually works in this matchup kind of like
Yeah.
neatly, because let's say like Cyber Jar summons you literally 5. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
blow up all of your stuff. If they were, assumedly they were like jars, they're set face down now, so they don't even trigger, and you take 2,500 burn damage on top of the 1,000 direct.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy how scary this can be for my deck in particular.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know, you had so many of these silver bullets. I had to have something cooked
Dude,
up in
it's
here.
I didn't even intend to have any.
Yeah,
I
no,
did not
no,
even think that
no.
this would be.
I know. It's such a funny coincidence. Like it's like the not the first one. I think the second one was kind of like, okay, well, wherever I was playing fucking galaxies where it doesn't even matter. But no, that
Yeah.
was last week. I don't remember what it was before that, but it was like one, like, oh, it just happened to be like that, and now it was just like a streak. So I can't wait to play against the worst matchup that my deck has next week.
We played Cleese as well, like in that matchup.
Oh yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily call it. I mean, it by the definition of the word, like, yes, it's a silver bullet, but at the same time, like, if we are playing in that format, and at least like how I'm building my decks, I'm just looking at the set and I'm trying to combat what's in the set, and not like, okay, if I know what you're doing, then okay, doing that. But instead, like, if I see a
Dark
set which
Panther.
has towers and we have solemns, like, my ass is putting all the solemns in there. So
Yeah.
I think
but
it makes sense.
in the Clee matchup, I was specifically playing.
Oh
was
yeah,
playing
the
Dark
Panther.
Panther.
The Panther, yeah.
Yeah, the Panther was intended to be a silver bullet for towers if you end up exhausting your hand somehow and have no cards to send other than that. But obviously, that's very unlikely to happen.
It's gimmicky enough where I'll give you the pass for that one and not call you an asshole for doing that. But like I said, when the anniversary rolls around, we'll have what's his face? Also
Infinity.
seeing the release of the Infernoid actually good normal summon. And
Infernoid.
and obviously how we do anniversary episode, that means I can literally play both Reasoning and Monster Gate, which is gonna be actually really cool. So I'm not too bummed about that. And honestly, like, I was going back and forth between like which deck I wanted to play instead, and like, well, we got to see literally every Tellarknight like here actually do their stuff.
Yeah.
I think the all the stuff. Also, I completely forgot. Obviously, I have
Hell
Prime.
yeah.
Obviously, I have Prime in here. You know,
Bro's got a 2,510 attack.
yes,
What a
sir.
legend.
But
What
yeah,
a
then we
fucking
have a
legend.
couple Tellarknight cards that we didn't see.
Ain't nobody ever played this guy nor this guy.
It's basically like Deltaros is super weird, and it didn't really do much here because we don't have much that actually like prevents. It's literally Deltaros is literally here as a one-off in case. I think the idea when I was like building this deck was like, if it ends up being, because I built Tellarknights first, and then like when I went back to the set, because I was looking for side deck stuff, for this deck, which is why I think I literally had 2 cards in my side deck and not really anything there, was when I was like, wait, Monster Reborn gave me Monster Reborn, but it also gives me Monster Gate. And then that's where I was, wait, Monster Gate with Infinities sounds kind of crazy, and that's where I changed the trajectory. But Deltaros was literally there like, okay, if it's a Tellarknight mirror, Stellanova Alpha is pretty annoying, which obviously like it works against that, but if it, because it can shut down monster effects, but then at least like if, because obviously Tellarknights can put a lot of like different bodies on the field, so if it's like, okay, Deltaros, and then I'm trying to put another like for example like something like Pleiades on the field, then it's like, okay, you need to at least Stellanova the Deltaros and not the what's his face. Although, now when I'm saying that, it actually doesn't even work, because like it literally says you cannot activate, so it doesn't negate it. It literally prevents you from activating Alpha, so it doesn't even work in a way where I intended to use it. So
well, luckily it wasn't a mirror.
Yeah, but yeah, Trevor was basically just here as another way to blow up the board alongside Tellarknight.
That Tellarknight really bought you a lot of time in that game. It like fucking completely fucked me over.
And Constellar Diamond was there in case you were playing Infernities. There's literally like I don't think I had a second copy. Yeah, it's literally like Deltaros was there for the Tellarknight mirror, and Constellar Diamond was there for Infernities, because those were the two. I tend to have this where I'm like, when I'm looking at a set and it's like we have two archetypes that like I am looking at, then I'm like assuming that okay, it's the same thing here. I don't know. I'll be honest. We've seen BA like multiple times, so I wasn't even considering it, because I was just like, we don't want to spam the same thing in the series, but at the same time, apparently Jeexx played Heroes 16 times in the series already.
Over like 100 episodes, guys. Come on, guys. Keep that in mind, fellas.
This is number 88.
Guys, keep in mind, I've played Heroes 16 times in almost 100 episodes. I think that's completely acceptable.
I think that, like, I'll be honest, if you asked me how many was, I would have literally said 5 or 6. Like, I was fucking baffled when it was 16.
No, it was... There hasn't been a single set where I played Heroes in a while, but, like, this is the first time...
I know you spammed it, like, quite a bit during GX, but I was still like... Yeah. 16 is fucking crazy.
I'm counting every single deck that has Heroes as any kind of core, and I'm pretty sure I also counted every version of my Anniversary deck that had any kind of Heroes in it.
Yeah, I mean, I would also like count up, but like in my mind, it was like, okay, there were the Anniversary episodes, obviously the dedicated like Jaden stuff, then like the Gemini Spark stuff with Alias. But like I literally, like, when I was thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, I think it's like 5 or 6 times maybe. And then when you sent me the footage, and I open it, I see, oh, what the fuck, 16? I literally couldn't believe it.
I don't think it's that surprising. Yeah. Last time I played Heroes was Return of the Duelist. And before that, there was Dual Terminal, Generation Force, Dual Terminal 3, Anniversary Episode, Ancient Prophecy, Crossroads of Chaos, Light of Destruction, Glad Assault, Power of the Duelist, Envy of Justice, Shadow of Infinity, Until Energy, Cybernetic Revolution, and The Lost Millennium.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It's quite a bit, but it's because, like, obviously during GX, I was playing Heroes in every set that they were in. So
yeah, it is. That is true. That is true.
That's why the majority of these, up until like Light of Destruction is the last GX set, and I played Heroes 8 times during GX core sets, and this doesn't even count the. Oh yeah, I don't even have the Jaden stuff in here yet, because I don't think I bothered counting those.
Yeah,
I just don't have them anywhere.
That makes sense.
So obviously, if I do that, I probably do a recount, and it'll be more than 16.
Yeah. But anyways, do you have anything else to say about the set before we move on to our a pretty brief podcast segment, which
Mm.
we had another plan initially, but Jeexx brought up something, so I guess we'll do that.
Um, so in this set, we also had Harpies. I was originally intending to play, not original, but one of the plans that I had for Sophia was playing Harpies for an XYZ engine alongside like Harpies Pet Dragon to get stuff like Big Eye and actually have a good XYZ set as well instead of just having to rely on Dante. Because the issue with Burning Abyss was the fact that Burning Abyss could not stay on the field unless they became a Dante.
Yeah.
And I could not play spell traps the way that I wanted to in that deck if I
Yeah.
was gonna play Burning Abyss because I couldn't commit into a Dante because the Dante was gonna get killed immediately.
Yeah.
So I would have to have my spell traps be set in a way where I could just pop them immediately, but then I would not be able to like because I had Necros in it. I wouldn't be able to go into my Necros monsters and then summon a Dante because the Burning Abyss would kill itself if I summoned anything else.
Yeah.
So I went with Harpies as another alternative, and Harpies kind of worked, with the biggest issue being that I had Necros Harpies and like Deep Sea Diva, Ghost Ogres. I had so many cards in the deck that I could not draw into any fucking Harpy cards.
Yeah,
It
I
was
guess that makes sense.
impossible. So I just decided that I need to figure something else out outside of the Sophia, and then Baruga pointed out that Jar of Avarice is in this, and I should just play fucking Fiber Jar or some shit. I was like, "Nah, I don't really want to play Fiber Jar, but then I realized, oh, but if I play Fiber Jar, I get to play Cyber Jar too. Yippee! Casino Gaming! And my deck is
Yippee.
called Casino Souls. So
Nice. But I think we can probably both agree to put
ban
Fiber
Fiber
Jar
Jar.
on the short list of cards alongside
Yeah.
any Vanities cards, Shockmaster, and Soul Charge.
I think Fiber
Because
Jar. We saw it once where we both resolved it a single time, and it
oh
wasn't a
yeah,
relevant moment at all. But like, I feel like we hadn't ever seen a game where Fiber Jar does what it does worst, like best but worst.
yeah. I mean,
Like we,
literally, if
this
we
game lasted so long.
yeah, I was gonna say literally if we didn't do the where okay if you draw it like you just kind of reveal it banish it and we'll move on
Yeah,
if you didn't do that it literally like came up with the Rongo. Obviously Rongo doesn't give a shit about that because it's players, so it would have
yeah,
reset the entire game and we probably would be here
playing
like
Stone.
an hour from now on still.
Yeah.
And I promise I would be somewhere in 20 minutes, so I'm very happy
Oh,
that you
unfortunate.
suggested that. So yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's obviously the way to go when clearly this is the problem card in the set, I would say, like in
Yeah,
our decks.
definitely.
So like Cyber Jar, Morphing Jar 2, even against Infernoids, isn't that bad. It kind of still sucks for you because you don't get Cyber Jar off and you don't really gain anything from Morphing Jar 2 either. But at the same time, Fiber Jar just completely kills the game.
It's a
So
combination of just like cyber and fiber, but like
yeah,
especially like in this matchup, obviously like I would argue like in most cases like cyberjar is almost better to me than it is for
hmm
you because like the amount of value I generate from my summons compared to you is in general higher. It just obviously gets you deeper and potentially gets you more jars,
yeah,
which is pretty neat.
like my rank 3 plays that I have access to with the
I love
jars
Levier,
and
man.
Ghost
I,
Order.
I think Levier might be my favorite rank 3 in the entire
Yeah.
game.
Levier is also really good depending on which deck you're playing. Like for
Yeah, for
example, my
sure.
Dolce I really like it. But overall, like the main issue with my deck was the fact that like I had a critical mass, as I said,
Yep.
but a big problem was the fact that most of my XYZs were not particularly suited for anything with the jars because they're just ranked, they were level threes, so they can only make Dante. And surprisingly enough, milling my jars is not something I want to do.
Who could have guessed?
So it's like, oh, I'm gonna summon Dante. I'm gonna mill three. Oh, I just milled fucking Cyber Jar, and Fiber Jar. Oh, that's just fucking fantastic. I guess I'll pot of Avarice soon. And then same with Ghost Ogres. I don't want to mill my Ghost Ogres.
Yeah.
And it kind of just led into a situation where I didn't feel comfortable actually ever flipping them without activating their effects because I didn't get any. Like I wanted to always get value out of them.
Yeah.
And then there was rank fours, which were obviously only available through the Draconius, specifically the Fire Draconia,
Yeah.
the goons, if you will. And these were an addition that I made because I realized Deep Sea Diva could easily summon out Sea Dragoons, and Sea Dragoons gave me so many decent cards that I could play.
Yeah.
It gave me access
Especially
to Sea Dragon Lord, and it also gave me access to Leviair. So I figured I might as well play that because I also have access to Deep Sea Diva because of it. I don't
Yeah.
think Deep Sea Diva is in here right now. Oh, it is. It is. There we go. And Deep Sea Diva was like, obviously this is the card for my synchro plays. I pendulum summon a bunch of cards, and then I just summon out a Deep Sea Diva with another Deep Sea Diva, and I make at least 2 monsters.
Yeah.
And
It's
now,
also,
depending on
it is also cool that we actually got to see Clearwing make an appearance, because it's obviously it's okay, but obviously, like, still for now, a lot of the stuff that we're doing is either XZ stuff, or if we're playing with the pendulum stuff, like a lot of the pendulums are just still a force or
yeah,
in that radius, so clearing doesn't really do much. But like in cases where it does stuff, it does a lot, and obviously is really good. But oftentimes it's just very niche, unfortunately, because especially now when it's like it's league, so it's like it doesn't work against basically half of the card types of that you have from the extra deck, those being arguably the stronger ones. So
but the problem is that not a problem, but in this set specifically, if I had Crystal Wing, I would have had a perfect deck to play Crystal Wing as well. Because Deep Sea Diva summoning two tutors out immediately makes it so that if I can make a 6, I can make an 8. And Crystal Wing is an 8, and it requires a synchro non-tuner monster and any tuner. So you make that, and suddenly you have a Omni negate for monster negate, generic monster negate, and it's really big too on top of that. And that's like, I was cursing that while I was playtesting this. Like, fuck, if I had Crystal Wing, this would actually be sick.
Crystal Wing was like the de facto, like, just Omni negates extra deck monster for a long time.
Yeah, it was like, as a like generic monster negate, it just did everything you wanted. On top of like being strong against also still level 5 and higher, because it gains attack when you fight them. It managed to be far too easy to summon, in my opinion. Like, it feels like, oh, this should be really tough to summon, right? You should have an actual difficult time doing it. But then it's like, no, because you make 6s and 7s so easily, and you can have like level 1 tuners around so easily. You can just fucking this out.
Yeah, and then they did the Wind Witch engine, which meant that 3 cards gave literally any deck Crystal Wing.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy in hindsight.
It is. It definitely is, but it's not the craziest thing they have done.
But no. There's also an argument to be made that Gofu is crazier than even that. So
yeah,
Gofu during Link specifically.
Yeah, that is true. But I guess if you had something that you want us to do for our podcast segment, we should probably do it now, because like I said, like I promised we're in 15 minutes. So,
well, considering that this video itself is 15 minutes long, I don't think we should be rushing this at all. I think you should watch this video on your own time and probably give me your opinions on it next week, once we actually have managed to masticate these thoughts and ideas that Riot Games has given us.
I actually like that. So next week after Yu-Gi-Oh, we're gonna discuss the trailer to whatever Jeexx stuff. Actually, what is it? If I just open YouTube, I probably see it, right?
You'll probably see it. It is the Season 1 reveal.
Gameplay preview and ranked region adopting. Perfect.
I don't like this.
Season 1 reveal.
I don't like this.
Interesting.
We've even stopped calling them seasons by number. We're calling them seasons by year. Why are we going back to calling them seasons by number, and we're resetting it? Right?
That's a good question. But
I think it makes more sense for it to be season 2024, season 2025, and so on now. Because season 1 through like 13 was all like, are we on season 10 or season 11, guys?
The like, name generates hype, because I'll give it up. They call it season 1. I'm pretty excited to see what the video has in store. But yeah, honestly, like, it's been 120 Okay, 125 now, and we're gonna have obviously the deck breakdowns, the set breakdown, everything here. we're getting way too comfortable with making these, basically all of these 2 hours, but I guess we'll keep doing it. But yeah, we'll basically our podcast segment this time is that our podcast segment next week, assuming that it's not another hour and a half episode. And I mean, we can still keep it brief. It's going to be discussing the stuff in the video by Riot, or I guess the league team. So, yeah.
No.
But, oh yeah, let me check. Are you sure you want to quit the duel? Yes. Next week, episode 90 is going to be Dragons of Legend number 2. Excited for that, because Dragons of Legend 1 was a lot of fun.
Don't be. Do not be excited for this travesty of a set. Fucking Dragons of Legend 1. Holy shit, Soul Charge. Holy shit, Magnetician. Holy shit, Hands. Dragons of Legend 2. Hermes Cannon.
Wait, that's the
Fang of Quickest.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm going to be building some dog shit. But also, we have Astral Pack 7 to go alongside that.
But yeah, this is an absolute fucking travesty of a set. And,
that's exciting.
It's got.
So we'll just quickly brush it out of the way and then talk about League of Legends for half an hour. That's the plan for next week?
Yeah. Like, this set doesn't have anywhere near as many cards as the first set either. It's like 45 cards versus 51, and those 51 had like actually playable cards in them too.
Oh, the new
Whereas
cards?
This 45, there's 45 cards in the set, and these are all shit. Like, not a single card in this set has ever seen any play in any shape or form, I'm pretty sure. I think, wait, is there a Toon spell in this? No, that's Toon Rollback. Yeah, that's not even Toon Table Contents, right?
I'm gonna hold you, gamer. Where the fuck is this even? I literally can't even find the set. Wait, is it the special bundles, maybe?
Maybe this one, right? Yeah, it's in the collector's packs where the number hunters are.
Collector? Oh wait, so here?
Yeah. Luckily enough, there's a card called Comic Hand in this, therefore we can play hands.
Wait, I literally can't fucking find it. Wait.
I sent it to you.
Comics? Yeah, I literally can't find the set. I'm not gonna hold you.
Roll.
Oh, you're watching from Wikipedia. I can just... Dragons of Legend 2. I can probably find... There we go. Alright, where is this? It's under... It's just card list. What the fuck? Alright. Oh, we got Mirror Force in the set? Okay.
We got Tyrants and a Doom Virus?
I'm not gonna hold you, gamer. I already know what I'm playing this set.
I hate this. Oh man. I think
you know what? Anything else to say before we get out of here? Because all I want to say is I'll see you next week, Yugi boy. Thank you for watching, y'all, and we'll see you next week for some tomfoolery. Some tomfoolery. I might be playing with some toys. Oh,
Bang.
That's exciting. It's not, but I just span through and I'm like, yep, it's time. My Millennium Eye is about to open.
Tell us.
Okay, and now...
Is it wrong to commit a war crime against the Toon player?
Alright, now. I just want everybody to know, since this is still on tape, I have now disclosed to Jeexx what I'm going to be playing. He has silver bulleted me 4 weeks in a row. So if he
the
now,
funniest thing is,
with the knowledge what I'm playing, if he now silver bullets me for the 5th fucking time, at this point we can call the fucker out for it.
See, the funniest thing is, this week we did not share any information about the decks that we were playing until the morning of.
This was the least information we have shared in months about the decks that we're playing.
Yeah. So
And
it's like, oh, and this happened to be honestly the worst one.
yeah, definitely.
Which,
And it
like, I
happened.
think that speaks volumes for how I build my decks.
Yeah,
In the sense
it's
that
one
when
of
I build
us
my decks,
is trying
I
to make fun decks that are interesting, and the other one
oh okay.
is
Oh,
the rebirth
one
of
of
the
us
Antichrist.
one of us tries to avoid putting in cards in his decks that make the other guy hate life. And then he accidentally does it whenever he doesn't know what the other guy's playing. So he's like, oh, I should have.
Well, now you
I
know
should
I'm
have.
playing garbage, so I expect you to, if at all, at least, like, if you don't want to play garbage, that's perfectly fine. But if I would very much appreciate it if I could maybe play the video game next week. That's all I'll say. But all that being said, though, hopefully you all enjoyed the episode. And like I said, we will see you next time for Dragons of Legend 2 alongside Astral Pack 7. So have a good one, y'all, and bye-bye. I had something else that once again I was trying to go for and then I forgot, and then god damn it.